We'd like to welcome you all to another edition of the Side Dive Podcast. Yes, we are two manning it again. Oh, duh. And you know why we're two manning it? Because we're gonna dedicate this show to the 60th birthday
Oh shit!
of VJ. That's why he's not in there.
There we go.
He is going to be celebrating with the family. Okay, so yes, no. So if your friends got his number or you on Facebook, make sure you wish this dude a happy birthday. I still have to send him my happy birthday videos. If, you, if you're close enough to me, you know what the hell that is. Uh, it's a tradition, you know,
Like any other.
like any other. I mean, when I discovered that, it's funny because some of my kids, if I don't send them one, they're pissed. It's like, well, they only have so many of these videos, so with your name in it. Um, but if anybody's wondering what I'm talking about, go to YouTube and put "Happy Birthday" and then somebody's name in it, and then you'll understand what we're talking about. So yeah, no, happy 60th birthday to
VJ.
VJ3, the oldest of the Johnson children. So yeah, all right. That being said, let's hop on into hoops. A lot of hoops to talk about. We're gonna start off with the women because they had, I guess, the bigger of the game because they had two in-state rivalries.
Yeah.
Um,
And they were playing a ranked team.
and playing a ranked team, and they went 2 for 2 and completed the season sweep. So they are now officially queens of the state.
State champs.
Yeah. The mythical state championship resides in Ames. Holla if you hear me. Um, so they got off. That's who they played. Oh, they played in Northern Illinois, right? Before they played Iowa,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a
Okay.
50-point win.
Yes, they blew them out, and then in come the Hawks. And all we heard all week was how whatchamacallit,
Stokey.
Stokey and
Was it Heidi?
Hayden were gonna shut down Audie. Yeah. Shut down, I guess that's a relative term. What do you consider shut down? Hey, guess what? Great job, Iowa. She didn't have 40. So I guess in terms of her 40-point games, you shut her down. But she had 30 on 13 to 20 shooting.
Yeah, she started off setting the pace. I mean, she started taking it to him right away. Yeah. I was curious to see how that matchup was going to go, and she let it know right away how it was going to go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, quite frankly, Iowa got lucky. They could have and should have actually had their doors blown off. Quite honestly, and Iowa State got sloppy in the fourth and let them come back. But I mean, 9 of 20 shooting free throws will do that.
That's what's crazy. I mean, that for a Finley team, that's just crazy. That must have been a little bit of the, I don't know. I don't want to say tense because they didn't seem tense when they were playing, but I was just surprised to see that, especially Jada Williams goes up there. She's 96% free throw shooter, misses 2.
Yeah, I mean that was wild.
Yeah.
And maybe it was caught up in the moment.
I think that's what it was. Yeah, because that's the first time. I mean, obviously it's the best team they've played this year, and that type of setting. Obviously, it's a rivalry game, so I think that had a lot to do with the free throw numbers.
So yeah, so number 10 versus number 11, and number 11 goes down, much to the delight of a raucous uh, Hilton Coliseum. I don't even know what the let's see what the attendance was. Fourteen thousand and
So sell out.
nine
Yeah.
was the
So it
attendance,
was sold out.
and they got their money's worth because
Yeah.
it was a battle. Um, it was well hell yeah, it was tied at halftime,
Yeah.
and then third quarter came out and boof, the good the good team just jumped all out like nobody's business, and then they struggled with the free throws, and Iowa came back to make it close, but to go down by 5. Um, and then of course there's all the chatter afterwards of you know it's Iowa lost more than Iowa State won. They're playing Stuckey out of position, and,
Oh, the excuses were flying.
they ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
I thought the game changed. Well, especially the second half. Uh, the job Jackson did on Wright. I mean, because she held her to 8 in the second half. I mean, Wright was having her way in the first half,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, she I thought she more or less locked her down. She had 8 in the second, but she wasn't nearly as significant.
It was a
second half.
completely different
Yeah.
second half, and yeah, I mean, boom. Shout out to Kylie Feuerbach for having a poor game. We appreciate you. Appreciate you. We appreciate them 3 turnovers you had. All right. So, hey. But hey, we all make our decisions, right or wrong. Congratulations, you over there on Iowa. Guess what? Still ain't got no national championship. But yeah, no. Girls showed out.
Or a Big Ten championship.
There you go. Crooks had 30. Addie Brown just keeps doing what Addie Brown does. I mean, Crooks had 30 and 10. Brown had 20 and 12.
And Williams, what she ended up with assists? I thought she had like 8 at halftime or something.
She ended up with 12 assists.
Yeah.
So 11 points, 12 assists. So Aaron Jackson had 0 points, and it didn't matter because her defense was lights out.
I would have been interested, and we were without Beatty in that game too. I was curious to see how she could have done on Wright, because she's a pretty physical defender too.
Yeah. My girl only logged 1 minute, so I'm not happy about that.
They did tighten up the lineup a bit.
What's the deal? I mean, she's a defensive specialist. Come on, man. Get her in the game, Finley.
Harris didn't get much time either.
No,
they tightened it up. I mean,
Harris got 9. Elisa Williams got 11. I mean, it was too late. They didn't even get in the game.
Yeah.
So, this is what we should expect to see in the Big 12, going forward. Probably just kind of line up plus Reese Beatty when she's back and healthy. This is. I doubt we go any deeper than this, because Finley is notorious for playing the starters all the way through, no matter what the score is. Up 40, they're still going to be in the damn game because for some reason he likes to do that. I think it's a bit much, but save them legs for the tournament. One interesting thing I want to talk about that they brought up, and it was brought up huge on social media, I saw, was what do you think of Audie being able to sub herself in and out?
Smart. What's the difference where you have Sturts on the men's side for Iowa who plays all 40 minutes, and we'll get into that later, but I think it's smart. I mean, she put herself back in. She let her coach. She's trying to keep herself to be as efficient as she can.
Yeah.
I think it's smart.
I mean, I agree, and numbers don't lie.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, I mean, she's the nation's leading scorer and a field goal percentage.
I mean,
What do you want her to do?
If she was shooting 30%, okay, well, you know what? Maybe we have to talk about something.
Yeah.
But doing as well as she's doing,
And she's got people hanging on her all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, they between Stolke and Hayden, they're both, they're trying to be physical with her. So, yeah, I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's smart.
And I've been wanting this for 2 seasons, and they finally got it, having Crooks and Elisa Williams on the court at the same time.
This was the first game that they've done that.
Yeah. And I've been hoping that would happen, and we finally got to see it. And predominantly, it was dictated by Iowa's lineup, but I was glad to see it.
Well, I think, especially when they get into the NCAA tournament, when they start playing those more physical teams, or teams with more size.
Yeah.
That'll come in handy.
And it also makes a nightmare matchup if you can put Brown at the 3.
Oh yeah.
So that's going to be hard for a lot of college threes to keep up with her on both ends. So yeah, that lineup definitely causes an issue. No, but like I said, I for one I've been hoping to see it, and we got to see it finally. So yeah, team as a whole shot 53%, 33% from the 3, 45% from the line. Ain't gonna win. People have been picking them for the Final Four. Ain't gonna get there with shooting 45% from the free throw line. Absolutely not. And I think hopefully this is a one-off when it comes to poor free throw shooting. Hopefully. So, when was the last time Iowa State won this game?
I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. I think they lost the last two. They won. I know they beat. Was Clark when she was a sophomore?
Okay. And then
Clark only won one game at Hill.
Okay.
So that was the last time Iowa State won.
Okay. So yeah. Oh, hey, I mean, Hawkeye fans, are you that surprised? I mean, it wasn't soccer. And so now, officially, Iowa State wins the Cyhawk series. Doesn't even matter what y'all do in softball or badminton or crocheting or curling. Let me take it back to your old football team and some of their classes. Watercolors. Doesn't matter what you do from here on out. Cyhawk Series trophies stays in Ames. Tough. That's a tough way to go, but it is what it is. That was the second of the State of Iowa series, State of Iowa games, state games, whatever you want to call them, Big Four games. Men's teams, take a note. Iowa State had beaten Drake. Now they beat Iowa, and then Northern Iowa came rolling into town a couple of days ago, and what a difference a year makes, because this was a bully beatdown. It was hard to watch. fellow Iowans getting beat up like that. But
Did
whew,
did you hear Addie's quote?
I didn't hear it. Somebody said something about it.
She said that when the UNI team found out that Crooks wasn't going to be playing, that they got all the UNI girls got all giddy, and she's like, I could tell they thought they had some hope, and she's like, I took it upon myself to take that hope away.
And take away hope she did to the tune of 28 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, 0 turnovers. I mean, dominant game. She earned Player of the Week for the Big 12 honors due to her performances versus Iowa and versus UNI. But at no point did I think that UNI had a chance to keep this anywhere near close. And by the end of that first half, we knew it was
Yeah.
28-11 was the second quarter score. Now that's the mess that's normally reserved for the Iowa State women.
Yeah.
They usually have a bad second or third quarter, and yowza, 28-11, Iowa State was scorching. Hey, guess what? Free throw, 9 out of 10. Like I said, the Iowa game was an aberration. Um, Shot 45% from the field, 41% from three. Only had 7 turnovers to UNI's 16. So, that helps. Uh, yeah, it was a smoke show. Lisa Williams got her first start. She had 11 points must be something about that position that makes you efficient. She was 5 of 5. Hit her lone free throw, threw in five rebounds, had 3 assists herself, and a couple of steals. So she's like, I'm making the most of my start. Shit. Holla. Um, Jada Williams had 10, not the most effective shooting night, but she also had 8 assists. Ariana Jackson had 6, Kinsey Hare had 9, and without Crooks, Matulale got in more, and she had 8. So, another well-rounded scoring effort after you get the big number from Brown. But yeah, UNI, there's a reason they came in the game 4 and 5.
Yeah, I mean they got a young team, so
Yeah, and it showed.
yeah.
Yeah, it definitely showed, and I'll be honest, I ain't paying much attention to what it was that they were doing.
Yeah.
But
BJ here, he could tell us about the UNI girls.
81 to 53, they weren't doing much. They did manage to win the fourth quarter, 15-4. But like we were saying, in terms of playing the bench, I mean, so you've got that big ass lead and almost 30 points by the end of the third quarter, and Fred Jensen's played 7 minutes. Tanky's played 7 minutes. My girl didn't even play.
She got hurt.
No,
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I mean, all those people, all those starters played tons of minutes. I didn't think they needed to, but he's the coach. He's been the coach for 1,800
got
years.
Got a Big 12 game coming up in a week, so
yeah.
Once we get their play, yeah. So
yeah, a week.
And it's good
now,
for those girls. I don't know. You have your main player out. They played well with her out. They did. It didn't seem off as far as what they were trying to do. Everything.
Well, then I have Crooks in a in-state rivalry game. I mean, That would have, I mean, that could have been dangerous. I
Yeah.
mean, you and I gets hot.
Yeah,
I mean,
you never know.
yeah, you don't know what's going to happen. So, but it didn't.
Yep.
Yeah, but I won't attack you and I like I might attack that team out east. So I'm gonna say, you know what? Good effort, Panthers. We will see you next year. And yeah, shit, these women all be a year older, so I'm not necessarily sure it's gonna be any better. But we will see you next year. Um, let's so women play Kansas opening conference uh, play real early. I think it's the first time they've ever gone before Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah, I would think so. It seems right.
Yeah. So you get the end your stressful finals playing a conference game. However, I mean, hopefully, no, I mean, Finley's teams always have good grade point averages, so I guess that's not
Yeah.
never mind. Not a big deal for the women. It's never been. I mean, they got to do the wide shot to get everybody in on the academic athlete page when it comes to the women's basketball team. But yeah, I don't know much about KU. I believe we beat them last year.
I think so.
So, um, but I can find out real quick about said Jayhawks.
Big 12, as far as the women's, kind of down this year.
Yeah, Bailey's been stinking it up. So Jayhawks are 9-2. Um, they beat Missouri
Lost to Georgia.
and Minnesota. So they started out 6-0 and lost two, and then they beat Northwestern, Missouri State, and Denver. Big Rob energy. Uh, so they're playing Haskell tomorrow before they hop on the road and come up here and play Iowa State.
12 ESPN2 game. That's cool.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
at ESPN game against the Hawkeyes.
Yeah,
And
that was one of the highest viewed regular season games, didn't they say, as far as women?
Yep. Um, so yeah, no, I'm excited to see that conference game start off. I'm try to be in the building for that. But yeah, I'd like to say I'm concerned, but you know, if Crooks isn't playing, what was the concussion?
They didn't say that, but that's this.
Well, when they said protocol,
yeah, they said injury protocol.
So
right?
I'm gonna assume
Yeah.
it was that.
I mean, she did have that. Yeah, she hit her hard.
Yeah.
Hit her head hard on that one.
So yeah, no. Shout out to the women. They are still undefeated and rolling. Now we switch over to the men's, the much anticipated basketball game between your number 4 Iowa State Cyclones and the Northwest Missouri State Bear. I'm sorry, against the Drake. No, my bad. Against the Iowa Hawkeyes. Oh yes, just like we heard all week that Stolke and Hayden were going to shut down Audie Crooks. We heard things like Killian Torrey has absolutely no chance to cover Bennett Sturts. Bennett Sturts is a lottery pick.
Yeah.
And he is going to just destroy that freshman. He's the best point guard in the country.
Dude, yeah, that.
Yep. Now, Iowa was up 33-25 at the half. It came out cooking. But you know what? Old boy couldn't have drawn that first half up any better. If you'd have told him the night before that at halftime you were going to not only be up 8 points at the half, but the number 4 team in the country was only going to have 25 points,
I think they were up by 13 with like 5 minutes left in the first half, weren't they?
he'd have been giddy. He'd have been, first of all, he'd have probably been like, nah, you lying. But he would have been excited if you would have told him that was going to happen. Well, always a tale of two halves. Now, Iowa State, Iowa played great in that first half. They were getting, Sturts was doing nothing, and they were getting contributions from dudes that they don't normally get contributions from.
So when Mania made that three, I think they said that was like the second one he made this year or some shit like that.
What's funny is he had 8 points at the half.
Mm-hmm.
His average is 7.
Okay.
And then he finished with 10.
Yeah.
I mean, the wheels just completely came off of Iowa in that second half. But they came out flying.
And Rogers, dude.
And Iowa State could not. I mean, could not buy a basket at the rim. It was insane how many 2-footers and layups that the Cyclones missed. I mean, that should not. I mean, Iowa State should have gone into the halftime with the lead if they could have made any goddamn thing. But they didn't.
Do you think there's a hangover? Purdue hangover?
I don't think it was Purdue hangover. I think it was too much. I think they were too hyped up.
Think so?
Because I know Lipsy said after the Purdue game, he's like, no, really needed this.
Mm-hmm.
Cyclone Nation really needed this because of Campbell and all this. But I think in their minds they're saying, but this is the game that we really needed. We really need, because I mean, all Iowa State fans heard all the trolling by Iowa fans about Campbell leaving and recruits and all that.
Yeah.
I think this was hyped up. On top of the fact you had all the Ben Sturts chatter.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they kind of took that personally. I mean, Torrey was playing defense like he was like, no, I'm going to show these dudes that I can play defense.
Dude, I was fixated on that. I couldn't, especially because he had pink shoes on, so it was easy to watch. Yeah. But I couldn't stop watching because it was. I was getting a kick out of it because it was like Sturts was running around. It was just like you could see on his face he just wanted to throw his hands up in the air. And as soon as he got a switch, that dude was shooting the ball as fast as he could. As soon as somebody else was on him, he was shooting it as fast as he could.
And when he hit that first three, I was watching it with my dad. He was like, "Oh," I was like, "I'll take that."
Yeah, dude. That was,
if you gotta go
5,
6 feet behind the 3-point line to get your first bucket, you can have all them shots you want to. I go, because then they're gonna start coming contested. You're not making those, and so I was perfectly fine with him chucking up shots like he was Caitlin Clark. See, Hawkeye fans, I can do it. I can be nice and complimentary.
I thought we came out like one of the first plays of the game. You know, Buchanan gets the ball, stealing a dunk. You know, starts it off. Place is going nuts. I don't know. I kind of think that they thought, or they might have thought, that this was going to be easy. And credit to Iowa, you know, they played hard. But yeah. But the whole point guard thing, like that was pissing me off back in the fall or back in the summer, you know, when they were best point guard in the state, Tatum Lipsy. It's not even fucking close. Bennett Sturts would be a nice player coming off the bench to shoot threes for us. You know?
Yeah.
He's not gonna start in front of Torrey.
He's an upgrade from Heisey.
So he's supposed to be a first round or a lottery pick. And he gets fucking worked by a true freshman.
I mean, he was 3 of 11.
Well,
3 of 8 from the 3-point line.
And like I said, those were on switches.
And he missed a free throw.
Yeah. So anyway, whatever.
No. What was it? Bennett Sturts and Cooper Cook. That was supposed to be the combo, and they combined for 15 points and 5 rebounds, and Cook had 0 rebounds. So you know, yeah. I'm not gonna say. I'm not sitting here trying to say Bennett Sturts his ass,
No.
but last year's effort, I'm going to say, is partly due to him being a good player and him being a player nobody knows.
Well,
But guess what? You know now,
yeah.
and and here we are. You shot 3 of 11, and I want to check out how did you do against Michigan State. He had Michigan State. He had 14 points on 4 of 10 shooting. Another 3 from 8 from the 3-point line game. Also had 4 turnovers that game. So against your stiffer competition, boy, starting to fold like origami.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be playing against better guards in the Big 12. I mean, it's just that easy.
Yeah. So I mean, in the 2 losses against good teams, he has not performed well. Um, so I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm not saying that he's terrible. I'm just saying I don't believe he's. I, I don't think anybody's picking him in the lottery.
No.
I don't know where that came from. I need to research that to find out who it was and see if they still feel that way. But no, I mean, if you're basing that off of last year, well, then I guess okay. But now you're in. No offense to the Valley, but now you're in the Big Goddamn Ten. It's going to be more like Michigan State and Iowa than it is Ole Miss and Mercer.
Well, not like you take Lipsy. He's done it for 4 years, every year in the Big 12. I mean, he started off. He wasn't a great jump shooter, but
Every year.
He's still always he's always had a huge effect on the game.
Yep.
So yeah, I would.
Oh, damn! I forgot to mention that. I believe next up on the Hawkeye schedule,
Oh, they play UConn.
the Hawkeye women is UConn. We all know how that feels.
Oh shit.
Good luck to y'all. Just try to come out healthy. That's all I can say for y'all. Just try to come out healthy. I mean, they went and beat up South Carolina, so you know what the hell is gonna happen when they play. But yeah, no, I mean, Iowa State played poorly, and like the Hawkeye fans that I work with, they were all expecting a complete beatdown.
I was.
And I was, and had we not come out there and just laid an egg at the rim, it would have been.
Yeah.
I mean, that all those missed shots, all it did was give Iowa more juice, and give them an opportunity to think, hey, we can do this. And they were going back. I'm sure they were going with their underdog mentality. They're number 4. I mean, I don't believe in underdogs in rivalry games.
Well, no, I mean, we saw Jamal Tisley and Marcus Fizer lose to Drake. So sometimes those mid-major teams can jump up and bite you.
And we were already playing, and we were playing Drake again. Got to get that one in there.
Yeah, I mean, I texted you. What was it? Wednesday night. About Jefferson. That I expected him to have his way, and he did.
Oh yeah, I didn't have any answer.
Yeah.
I didn't have any answer for Jefferson.
I mean, if there's any All-American, that's it. But he's it.
Now, you are a loyal watcher of this show. You know that I am notoriously tough on post players for Iowa State.
You might even talk about this when the season started.
Yep, I did. I said I was not happy with what I saw from Blake Buchanan, and I wasn't. Beginning of the season, he was the pits, always in foul trouble. And maybe that's why he was the pits, because he was never consistently on the floor,
Yeah.
because he was always in foul trouble. And I was looking for Mulder to be that dude. Well, it's reversed. All of a sudden, um, Buchanan's playing like a madman. I mean, getting the steal in the open court
Yes.
and taking it to the hole for the dunk.
Yes.
I'm like, wow, okay. I mean, and whenever the ball is near that damn rim on a missed shot, that dude is finding himself at that basket for a putback. So, you know, I can admit when I'm wrong. He's playing extremely well right now. Mulder not so much, but he's not playing. I mean, you gotta
He
get
got
in
to
the
start against
game.
Iowa, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but no, I'm happy. I'm happier now than I was at the beginning of the season with the play of Buchanan. He has definitely stepped it up for sure. Um, so yeah, see, I
There
can
you
do it.
go. There you go. I like it.
I can do it.
I think one of the thing about this team is I think each player knows their role to a T, and they don't try to go outside of that role.
Mhm.
They just do what they know they're supposed to do, and they don't have any extra expectations beyond that. So it's fun to watch.
Well, it was nice that I mean, Momcilovic had an off night. I mean, he finished with 10 points on 4 of 7 shooting, and granted, great percentage. I mean, he was 2 of 3 from the three, but
They were big ones too. The
he
shots
didn't
he couldn't
have
make were big.
the volume of shots that we're used to. But it didn't matter because other dudes, picked it up, and yeah, we steamrolled that second half to 41-29 advantage, and and a 4 point win. Um, Made the free throws when we had to make the free throws, and
We kind of came back to earth on our 3-point shooting a little bit.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, 5 of 15, they
Yeah.
shot 33%.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, Iowa did not shoot bad. I mean, they shot 51% from the field, 47 from three.
Yeah,
So,
they were efficient. But
but I think most of that was in the first half.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, that's the other thing I like about this team is, threes aren't hitting. We're still taking it to the hole. We win in multiple ways. So
for sure, I'd like to see, Jefferson with the two or less turnovers. Wait, here's something. Does nobody on the Iowa State team ever tell their teammate when somebody is coming up from behind them to steal the ball? I mean, it's like everybody goes silent, and it's happened in every game.
Well,
where dudes are getting the ball stolen. I mean, even happened to Lipsy.
it always happens in the beginning of the game. You ever notice that? Like Jefferson, when he has his turnover issues, it's always in the beginning. It's always in that like that first 5 minutes. And then after that, I don't know what it is, but
he heard me screaming from the couch.
That's got to be it.
Pick it up. Pick up the goddamn ball. Pass the ball.
Oh shoot!
And that's what he hears. So, 66-62 puts another stamp on that Cyhawk series. And they're actually, if it keeps up, if Iowa doesn't win another game against the Cyclones, and I'm not quite sure that they're going to. It'll be the biggest margin of victory in the Cyhawk series ever.
Because what's left? Softball and
There's actually I just looked at it. I think there's 4 sports left on the docket. Not that one. I gotta have it again.
so what do you think about Jimmy Rogers' inspirational speech?
Uh, I'm more surprised at the way people are reacting to it.
Yeah, you'll have that.
Yeah. So there's women's swimming and diving, women's tennis, women's gymnastics, and I guess it says softball to be determined. So they got
Yeah.
3 left. I think the women's tennis team is pretty goddamn good for Iowa State. So good luck. Good luck to y'all the rest of the way in the Cyhawk series. But we moving on to men played Eastern Illinois.
Yeah, that shit's hard to watch.
Yeah, they won by a lot. And coming up next Sunday, 5 p.m. on ESPN Plus, they play Long Beach State. So they'll play Long Beach State. I don't know if they're going to get to go home and all.
They said they're going home, and they're coming. They've got practice on Christmas, so they leave after the game, and then but they have to be back Christmas Eve, I guess.
Oh, damn,
Yeah,
that's tough, man.
yeah.
I had my family come up here, but they got 2 games left before the conference starts. They play Long Beach State on the 21st, and then Houston Christian on the 29th. Damn, it seems I had no New Year's Eve game.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a yeah.
Must have
Maybe.
thought we were going to be in a bowl game.
Well, yeah.
Here I am tearing open wounds.
Oh man.
That's my bad. My bad. I derailed your thought. But yeah,
I had nothing.
No Christmas Eve game for the Clones, and then January 2nd they start conference play against West Virginia. No,
I watched a little bit of them against. They were playing Ohio State this weekend.
Yeah.
They're a slow it down team now. They play like Wisconsin.
Mhm.
You know, it's definitely not the old Huggins 94 feet or whatever. You know, press and everything else.
Huh.
But yeah, Press Virginia isn't that
Yeah, Press Virginia.
So
it ain't gonna matter. Hopefully not. But yeah, so
but they'll try to slow it down like Iowa did, you know, where they're running it down to the 6 to 8 seconds to shoot it, you know.
Yeah.
They complain that you don't get to shoot any free throws.
For real.
Shit, did they say that game's on Peacock? Oh no.
Peacock game was a Baylor game.
Horse.
You got Peacock?
No.
Well, you have to come over.
That's because it's a Big Ten fucking network. You know?
Oh yeah, you have to come over.
Cool.
We'll move the game watch to Southwest 29th Street. But yeah, so excited to see you. I mean, I'll be honest. I wish they would shut Lipsy down until
not playing against
Long Beach State or Houston Christian. Definitely not Houston Christian. I'd like to see him try to get as close to 100% as he can going into conference play.
Do you think he'd even do that himself, though?
No, that's why you gotta be the coach.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta be the coach.
Senior year.
Yeah,
I get it.
I'm like, look, what's more important? Getting some meaningless stats versus Houston Christian, or being healthy for what's going to be a long ass run?
Oh, dude.
Because this is going to be.
I mean, Arizona's number one. You got Houston,
BYU looks scary as
BYU,
shit.
yeah.
Texas Tech, Kansas starting to
Yeah,
figure
because
it
I was
out.
watching that Arizona-Alabama game, and it was close for for a while, but then they ended up beating them by 21, and Alabama's got some dudes. So yeah, Big 12's gonna be something.
Yeah.
I
So
was impressed. I did watch Kansas and North Carolina State,
yeah.
and dude, it was like they do not play at the pace. You know, um, they seem to have better athletes than they did the last 2 years,
Yeah.
but their pace is not great. But that Peterson kid was hurt too. So
Yeah. So yeah. Trivia question:
oh boy,
who is the only school with undefeated top 10 men's and women's basketball programs?
give you one guess, right?
I'll give you one guess. Hey, you need a hint? Look around. Scan things.
The side of the popcorn
What's that
bucket.
say? What's that say? Yeah, what's that say? You know, it is your Iowa State Cyclones. Yay. Yep, and we're only looking to go up from here. Let's not be like the Nebraska volleyball team though, and get all the way to the Elite Eight, and then finally decide to lose.
I'll take the Elite Eight though.
I would too, but I'd rather lose shit. I'd rather lose to West Virginia on January 2nd than losing that damn tournament. So yeah, I mean you got a lot of people predicting Final Fours for the men and women. No, I guess that would be cool.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
I'm not. I'm too long a season.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we saw last year.
It's just
2 injuries.
It's just too long of a season
Changes everything.
to be. I mean, even football is getting to the point where it's too long to even predict things like that. But shit like basketball is just way too long.
Yeah.
So
especially when you play in the Big 12. I mean, you're playing the best of the best almost every night. You know.
Yeah. For sure.
So.
All right, people. Well, there you have it. Be loud, be proud on Sunday, doubleheader. Get out to that women's game because it's a conference game. All right, y'all know how we do it. Go Cyclones.
Go Cyclones.
Happy birthday, VJ.
Big 6-0.
Yeah.